Hello, everyone. It's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Over the past week and a half, there's been a slow drip of Delta informations, a lot of teasers, and I wanted to kind of go over them, especially in this past week. Jason Hill's LinkedIn page has been a treasure trove of little tidbits about Delta, and I wanted to go over them briefly with you guys. So this is the oldest pictures. This was the first picture that came out with the announcement that Aptera is going to be using the Tesla plug. This first one showed the Tesla plug canted at a slight angle towards the light, which was the arrangement of the charging port on Gamma. But later on, they changed it to this configuration, which shows that the port is straight in. And of course, there's the sliding license plate cover over it. And here you see the hatch, and the hatch appears to go straight back to the end without any lip. And there is a slight lip in this grill, and this grill is the grill that exhausts the cabin and also can double to exhaust the cooling over the battery pack when it's parked and fast charging. So there's a lip, and it looks like you can put your fingers underneath here to raise the hatch up. I think this is a really elegant design. I like the look of this over the look of the grill on the Gamma. And of course, I think this design with the hatch all the way to the back makes a lot of sense. There's less water intrusion and less to worry about water going out the back onto a pan and venting. There's less risk of scratching the exterior paint or the wrap as you load stuff from the back, and it gives you a little more real estate for solar cells. Then this is another picture that they released earlier on. You see that the curvature of this solar hatch is quite significant actually at the edges here. And we are fairly certain that this is the location of the rear view camera. And this is the safety light for the brakes. All right, so this is some of the newer pictures that they've released. Um, and just, I think for style, they made these very washed out to kind of emphasize the solar charging. So I went to Photoshop and kind of tweaked the level so that you can see the details more clearly. And when you do this, it becomes very clear that the shape of the roof solar panel is a little different. On Gamma, it went like this, and then it went down and then back up. This is now a smooth transition to the back, and the top hinge for the door is much beefier. So I'll show you the difference here. If you look here from this video clip from Fully Charged, you see that the front end goes up and then back down and then back up again, and you see the hinge is quite thin on these doors at this top hinge. Now, if you go back to this thing, then you see that this is very thick, so much beefier hinge, and then this thing doesn't have that scallop here. Other than that, it looks like they're purposely clipping off the front and the back in these pictures. Um, I think it's on purpose. I don't think it's for stylistic points. Maybe there is something that they're waiting to reveal to us in the front and the back. Now, the back, I think the reveal is that the hatch goes all the way back, but I think we've kind of figured that out already. This is one of the more consequential uh, pictures that we've seen, and we will get to that in another video because I think there's a lot to talk about on that picture. Here is a top-down picture, and again, very washed out, so I changed it up in Photoshop. And a couple of things to notice here. Uh, there is no bulge, so it looks like the spider and the control arms and the wheel will be completely enclosed here. And so I'll show you the difference. If you look at this picture of Gamma, you see there's like a bulge for the various parts of it. Looks like this will not be there if we believe the render. And then I wanted to kind of look at this in relation to the solar panel layout of the Alpha. This is from the Aptera's order page, and this has not changed since the very beginning, like in early 2020. So let's look at that in comparison to this. So we're gonna slide this over. Oh, okay. Let me just slide this over a little bit. Okay, and this. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right. All right, so if you look at this, what you see here is on the front hood, there's 4 across here and 4 across here. So that remains the same. However, if you look here, there's 3 here and there's 4 here. And then there's 6 here instead of 5. So there's 2 extra panels on either side. So there's a total of 4 added to the hood. On the dash, we're losing these 2, okay, because those 2 are not there. You can't see it. The arrangement of the roof, if you look at the arrangement of the roof here, so there's 3 here, 3 here. If you look here, there's 3 here, 3 here. And then if you count 1, 2, 3, and then an extra here, 1, 2, 3, an extra here, and then 5 across here. That's kind of hard to see, but there is 5 across here. So the roof looks like the exact same number of solar cells. And then we know that the back, they've gotten rid of the chevrons. Now we know that the hatch goes all the way to flush to the end. And this has 93 solar cells. That's a net positive of about 13, I believe, minus 6, so net positive of maybe 7. And then again, um, you see the very large beefy hinges for the top hinge of the door. So I think that was a good change. And then here it looks like there's a split in the center thing, but actually that's just the attachment for the rear view camera screen. And then there is a split screen for the 2 side mirrors. There's a stalk here for sure. Um, yeah. But here's the thing that's the most interesting picture that we've gotten this week. And this was just put out not too long ago. This was put out on Jason Hill's LinkedIn page. It's a little unclear what this is. It's obviously this forged carbon, so CFSMC, and I believe that this is a carbon fiber rear hatch. That's my guess. I think this is a carbon fiber rear hatch, and I'm not sure what the bubbles, the scalloping is for. Maybe it's for cooling, maybe it's for rigidity. I'm not sure. I believe that this is a mounting point for like the latch to latch down the hatch. And that the solar panel will be affixed to this, and this is to make the hatch lighter. So I believe now it's clear, if I'm correct, that the solar hatch is not going to be glass. It's going to be a carbon fiber solar hatch, which I think is a great idea. Um, and also this, if that's true, that means CPC Group is making the hatch as well as this body panel, which makes me think that they're probably making other parts of the exterior, like the nose cone, the doors, and the underbelly, that are not shown on these pictures. So they're making parts. See, because that part that's being shown right here is clearly not one of these parts, and that is clearly CFSMC. So that means that CPC Group is definitely making that thing. Because why would they go with another vendor to make the same part, same type of material? And so this is not a comprehensive picture of all the things that CPC Group is doing for Aptera. They're obviously doing this as well, which is a different piece. And my guess is that this is the solar hatch. So tell me what you guys think. Is this the solar hatch? I think this looks beautiful, this forged carbon fiber look. Um, this thing makes me think that it is. I don't not entirely clear what these holes are. Maybe they're just mounting points to screw down the solar panel. Although I would think it would be glued down, but I'm not sure. But the shape of it, it looks a little white on the sides here, as if that's the fiberglass SMC side panels. Those would represent these things right here. And then this is the scalloping, I think, is for rigidity. Maybe it's for cooling. Maybe it's for sound. I'm not sure. All right. Well, tell me what you guys think that this is. So far, Delta is looking amazing. Especially love this thing, which we'll go over further in another video. I like beefier hinges there, and it looks, every iteration looks better and better. Although, when you look at it from this top view here, it's pretty clear that this looks very similar to this, and this was their alpha. So they have refined the design, but they have not deviated from their original vision too much, which I think is good. I think they've stayed true to the vision and just improved it at every iteration. And this, I think, a carbon fiber hatch makes a lot of sense. I don't know why you'd want to do glass and make a complicated structure just to cover it with solar panels if you're going to do that. This will make it a lot lighter and probably stronger as well. Okay, all right. So tell me if you agree with me if this is the rear hatch. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks as always to our supporting members, and have a great day, everyone.